Meet Serena, your virtual companion for emotional support. The ultimate safe space to discuss your thoughts, your fears, and the ups and downs of daily life. Start your free trial today at serena.chat.
My 24F boyfriend, 33M, chose the bar over me in the hospital. Not sure what to do. Me, 24F, and my boyfriend, 33M, seem to be at an end. I am currently pregnant with my first and his second child. Friday I had to go to the hospital due to severe back pain and a fever. He was at work, while I stayed home due to being sick for a few days. Mind you, the past couple days we had been pretty distant. I've been sick and he's been no type of support to me. He was also mad at me this day specifically because my Instagram account, that I don't remember the password to, was not deleted, and only the app was deleted. The app was deleted months ago when he told me to. I told him I needed to go to the hospital and that it was starting to feel like an emergency. He told me to call 911, he's going bowling. Okay, whatever. So I decide to drive myself, in pain, to the hospital, which is thankfully only about 5 minutes away. I get to the hospital, and he's suddenly shocked I went to the hospital. I told him to just leave me alone, I don't feel like entertaining him at this moment. Going to the hospital while pregnant is scary enough. I end up being admitted. Baby is fine, however I was looking at a pretty bad kidney infection. Throughout the first couple hours he was texting me and telling me we are done, that he'll be with someone else, etc. I honestly have no energy or heart to read much more, so I block him. Later on, around 3 a.m. I get a call from friends that they just found my boyfriend at a food place after leaving the college bar with a few girls. All my age, and mind you these few girls have been a problem in the past and I've expressed my discomfort about them several times to him. Because he's been behind my back doing things like drinking, partying, etc. with these girls multiple times. My friends go off on him, and cause a scene. While my friends didn't know the details about me and him at the time, they did know I was at the hospital and he was clearly not there. I didn't know my friends had done this until after it had happened. I told them I honestly didn't want to hear about it, my anxiety was high enough. Hours go by, it's the morning, and he calls me from a different number, telling me he can't believe I let my friends do that, and I'll get him killed, I'll get him in jail, all types of stuff, not once asking how I'm doing at that. I tell him leave me alone. He continues to call me then with a different attitude of I love you and I miss you and I want to be there for you. A little too late, right? I ignore the phone and rest some more. Later in the day, as I've talked to doctors and whatnot, I unblock him and just update him on myself and the baby. I felt it was only right. He then immediately starts on the I can't believe you bullshit and then swaps moments later to the I miss you and I love you. I block him again. Fast forward to today, he brings me breakfast. This is the first time I see him since the morning before I was admitted. He's there for only about 10 minutes and is telling me how he's screwed to have me in his life forever and hopefully I find someone soon so I can leave him alone. I tell him to leave. Once he leaves he's texting me telling he loves me and is sorry once again. I tell him I can't keep doing this. Once again he goes back to the blame game of telling me he can't believe what I've caused, etc. Mind you I didn't send my friends, I had no idea. A few hours go by, he tells me he hates me and is done with me. I block him. I get discharged and get back to my car to go home. He calls from a different number and I answer. I tell him to leave me alone, I'm leaving the hospital and I have nothing to say to him. He's just begging me not to leave him. Fast forward to tonight, we have barely talked, but when we have talked, he's made it apparent to continuously blame me once again for the actions the first night I was in the hospital. Now he's just saying that he's mad because I said I would never leave him and I explained to him that there's a reason why I'm leaving him and I don't want this to be my future or my baby's future. After typing all this, I clearly can see that the situation is quite toxic, but it's not taking away the fact that it hurts. I'm not sure why I don't know what to do, but I feel like I don't know what to do. My mom says he doesn't love me. Which now I'm starting to see. I want to add that I'm not dependent on him for anything whatsoever. I work full-time. I recently just got us moved into a new house. Thankfully only I'm on the lease. I've paid every penny alone. Even the last house he stayed with me at I paid every single bill. He makes weird comments about me being the woman of the house needing to clean, cook, do his laundry etc. But when I tell him he's not the man of the house he's offended. I'm not materialistic, however I've clearly proved to myself that I can do this without him. I'm more sad to see my baby grow up without both parents together. How is a 33M this immature? Leave his attention-seeking ass for good and concentrate on yourself and your child for now. It sounds like you know what to do. It won't be easy raising a kid on your own, but it will be harder raising 2 kids, him and the baby. Sorry he's such an ass, but a partner should be supportive, not actively working against you. So is he also a deadbeat father to his first child? You are just an attachment that makes his life easier because you make money, do all of the house chores, and now are going to take care of his child. He doesn't care about anything other than himself. I don't even know where to begin. Your boyfriend sounds like a nightmare. He is clearly dating younger because women his age are wise enough not to put up with his crap. Please, for the sake of your baby, leave this emotionally abusive, controlling nightmare. His behavior will get worse once you have the baby. I'm sorry you have to co-parent with this horrible human. God, why do people breed with men like this and keep their genetics around? I hope your kid doesn't turn out like him. Why the hell are you still with this guy? Ditch and run. My 43M girlfriend, 43F, may go on a vacation with her ex-husband and their kids. I, 43M, have been with my girlfriend, 43F, for 4 years. I have never been married, nor do I have children. My girlfriend has been married. They divorced 5 years ago and she has 2 daughters with her ex, now 9 and 11. We do not live together but do spend a lot of time together and have discussed marriage in our future. A few weeks ago, I overheard that her ex is taking the kids on a Hawaiian vacation during Thanksgiving break and he wants my girlfriend to go, and she said she was considering it. We have not discussed this, but I have been thinking about it a lot because, to be honest, it bothers me. When her and I began dating 4 years ago, I fully understood that her ex would be in the picture because of the kids. And because she is a mother, the kids would come first. For the first couple years, her and her ex would do a lot of the holidays together and special events. I've always been fine with this and very understanding and supportive of their amicable divorce and the needs of the children. In the last year, they've also started doing a few longer day trips with their kids, such as going on hikes or to amusement parks, just the 4 of them. These were not for any special event such as a birthday, and to be honest it did bother me a little. We talked briefly about it and she continues to assure me that the relationship is long dead, just as it had been when they divorced and when she met me. She has made it seem as if this is done for the sake of her daughters. But this trip to Hawaii feels like it is crossing a boundary for me. Am I being unreasonable? Here are the thoughts I've been ruminating about. First, I have asked her to plan a Hawaiian vacation with me for the past 2 summers. But we could never fit it into both our summer schedules. It bothers me that now she may do this vacation with her ex. Second, Thanksgiving is the only holiday that my girlfriend spends with my extended family. Her ex takes the kids with him, so she comes with me to visit my family, and it is literally the only holiday that she spends with them. It bothers me that she would sacrifice that time when every other holiday is spent with her family. Third, though she hasn't said that the reason she is considering going would be for her kids, that is the reason she gave for these day trips over the past year, so I assume that is what she would tell me again. But why would it matter to the girls now? My girlfriend and her ex have been separated for over 5 years, and they didn't go on any vacations together with them for all of that time. Now all of a sudden this is something that may be important for them? That reasoning would seem disingenuous to me. And fourth, I am trying to build a strong emotional connection with my girlfriend for a future together and she states that she wants to do the same. But this causes me to question how much I trust her feelings. She had told me that her ex has said things such as, "I will never find a woman as good as you." And she also states that she wants to keep her connection to this person who was part of her life for 13 years. I have no idea of the planned accommodations, but I assume they would all be in one hotel room. That feels unacceptable for me. And even if they had separate rooms, I still don't like this idea. I might be selfish, but I think her connection with him should be ever fading while our connection growing stronger. This vacation plan worries me about how it might affect our feelings for one another. My view is that if she wants to go on a vacation with her girls to Hawaii, then she should plan one with me. I am very close with her daughters and we have gone on trips together. I accept that she is obviously going to continue to interact with the girls and her ex, but taking week-long vacations together seems inappropriate. So these are my feelings that I have not shared with my girlfriend yet nor any family and friends. Before I do anything, because I do feel befuddled here and like I might just be overthinking, I'd love to read any opinions from the totally neutral Reddit community. Is this vacation idea for divorcees normal? Am I being selfish with my thoughts I expressed? Do I need to accept this type of vacations and activities if I'm going to continue in our relationship? Am I being unreasonable? Am I jealous when I shouldn't be? Should I discuss these feelings with my girlfriend? Any ideas, insights, or perspectives will be much appreciated. Thanks for reading. What are the sleeping arrangements? Bottom line, you need to lay out to your girlfriend exactly what you are feeling as you expressed above. For me, I'd be uncomfortable with it. Why aren't you invited? Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me. Why didn't the dad invite you as well, seeing that you're her BF? I may be assuming a little much here, but seems to me like he only wants her to come with the facade of simply both parents being with the kids while he has other motives such as rekindling their relationship. I'd tell her that this sounds like a perfect time for our trip. It's truly for her daughters, then you should be there. You've failed to put your foot down time after time when you should have. This time you need to stand firm. Did they bring up you going on the vacation with them? Are they going to always have family time and exclude you, even if you guys get married? It doesn't sound like she's trying to start a new family with you, as much as keeping the old one alive. Odd situation for sure. Wife, 32F, is upset with me, 31M, because I'm upset. Apologies for the format as I'm on the phone. TLDR: wife's sister booked a family holiday with the whole family without me. Wife is upset that I'm upset. Need advice. Need the collective brain trust to help me this one, as I'm going to be paddling up shit creek with anything I do. So my wife, 32F, and I, 31M, have been together for over 7 years with a 2-year-old son and new 1.5-month-old son. Note that she has 2 sisters, one older and one younger. We recently had a conversation about visiting her older sister who lives 4 hours away, and I am emphasizing one conversation. We rarely see her sister due to the distance, and having kids under the age of 3 while traveling 4 hours away isn't ideal at the moment. Last time we saw them was last year for the younger sister-in-law's wedding. My wife is very close to her family. I want to state that I love her family and would love to see them more, and I always encourage my wife to spend time with them. Especially since her sister also has 2 kids in the same age bracket. The trip is not the issue. The issue is that my wife's younger sister has booked a family trip next month to see her sister who lives 4 hours away, and has only booked her husband, my wife and our kids, but not me. As you might have imagined, I'm not exactly happy with being left out. Normally we are very good at communicating to each other about everything, and she has more than one instance said that is the reason why we lasted so long together. I asked her why I was left it out, and she said it was due to last time. Backstory about last time: I didn't go due to starting a new job. The only difference was that she has been asking to go for ages. I had again agreed to go and was waiting, with her knowledge, to get a good cheap flights as they were going to be around $3,000 for all of us. There ended up a really good deal for flights that would have been $250 each, massive savings, but was only valid for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I already started my new job and there was no way for me to take time off. We agreed for her and our firstborn to go, as we won't know any other time that flights were going to be that cheap again. I missed out on my child's first plane ride. Back to the issue at hand: the younger sister didn't book me in as she didn't know if I was going or not. She the type that you do something now and regret later. I don't think that she hates me or anything, or I might have missed something in the last 7 years. I have spoke to my wife, I'm going to call her Jane for this, about how I feel about all of this. I told her 3 train of thought. 1. If it's already booked, am I going to be able to get the same flight, plane, or even the same seat? 2. They've already got a hire car for the 5 of them, 3 adults plus 2 kids. Does that mean I have to get my own transportation? 3. I know that there's 3 people in my office, team of 15, that has already taken time off for next month. Will I be able to take that time off? I want to be clear that I am not upset at Jane. Just the situation she has put me in. A thing to note about Jane is that she can be a bit of a people pleaser. I believe once she heard about her younger sister's already paid plan. She doesn't want to upset anyone, besides me of course. Now she's upset at me for being upset. She's saying things like please doesn't be upset at her, and truth be told is that I'm not. I would say it's miscommunication, but no one spoke to me, and I guess the feeling of left out isn't nice. What I'm really upset about is the fact that if this goes through, not only have I missed out on my firstborn first flight, I'm going to miss out on my secondborn's first flight too. And I really don't want to be that guy who cancels the trip because I'm being sensitive. I just don't want to be the reason why Jane doesn't go, because both her sisters are going to be there. But at the same time, if I can't get time off, then what? Either way, or any ways I can't see myself getting, Doing anything that won't cause an issue. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Maybe she found out about your affair with the chick from the Xmas party and doesn't want you anywhere near her? Your wife is not acting like a team. She should have refused to go if you weren't invited. She should have talked to you about this. I'm confused why you seem to have been left out of all the planning. I kinda think I'd reach out to the sister and see if she corroborates your wife's story. Did they ask you if you'd be available, or did they just book it? Hopefully you were purposefully left out and she's actually leaving you and not coming back. You were cheating on her and a total asshole. Just blowing by all the comments about you cheating on your wife. Me, 22M, and my GF, 19F. I think she may have cheated or is about to break up with me. So long story short, my girlfriend and I have been dating 9 months, known each other for a year and a half. And everything has been perfect. We spend all out time together, love each other's families as our own. She has always wanted to go traveling and she wanted it to be solo as she wants to feel independent and empowered to take this journey solo. I'm all for it and have supported her going with some worries of safety as have her family. The trip is 2 weeks in Asia but maybe a month or so. She only bought a one-way ticket as she didn't know when she would be back. Cutting to my concerns as the group is 20 random people with 1 tour guide, 16 women, 4 men. However, she seems to get along with them all but more so one guy in particular. Every bus, train, taxi or activity they are joined at the hip. Due to the time zone difference I don't get much opportunity to speak to her, but the first 3 days she communicated very well about where and what just so we know if there is a problem. In this time she's been very affectionate to me and messaging every point she can with all the bad signal. The last 3 days or so she has been very distant and short replies. I get maybe 1-2 texts a day at times, no calls or updates. For example, I sent a text along the lines of, "I really am missing you. Counting down the days until you're back." Less than 3xxx, and the response I got 3 hours later, maybe bad signal, was, "I miss you." She has however been posting a lot of photos of her and this guy exploring together with the group, but these two as a duo, pictures of them on a swing on a white beach or even going clubbing and drinking. The kicker is, she this morning decided to change around the layout of her socials. I am no longer in any bios. All highlights and photos of us have been deleted and hidden and the rest of her posts remain. I understand I may be overthinking and spiraling as you connect dots that aren't even there or her friendly personality can be seen as flirty. I trust her 95% as the 5% is because how I met her. She had a boyfriend at the time and we spoke as friends for months, then after their breakup we pretty much immediately started dating. Am I right to have alarm bells ringing or overreacting and should keep trying to message her and make sure she's okay? Nobody deletes every trace of their partner from social media for no reason. It is over. All the red flags of her cheating are there. I think you know it's time to start looking for a new GF. One who wants to spend her life with you, not one who's now looking around finding herself with someone else. To be honest, it sounds like history is repeating itself. She may be friends with this guy now, and will immediately start dating him when you two break up. That's never a good way to get into a relationship with someone. They won't change, and will likely do the same to you. If she's deleting you from her socials, then she's deleting you from her thoughts. Just break up and move on. I'd ghost her. Take some pride back. She's either fucking this guy, or getting rid of you so she can add him and seem available.